Hi there. Today I want to teach you a skill for integrating the parts of the self. Okay, this is an intervention based on this book right here. This is a parenting book. I've held it up before. This is one of my favorite books, and I have a little workbook to go along with it too. But this is an intervention it's a parenting intervention. I think it can also be used for individuals. So if you're a parent, definitely stick around for this video. And if you're not, feel free to stick around and learn this skill for ways to integrate the different parts of yourself. So this is based on an acronym. I'm big fan of acronyms. I have them on my refrigerator. I've got a poster on my garage door so that before you walk in, I've done this way before the days of Corona. I've always loved acronyms. I think that they're a really easy, quick way to be reminded of some skills. I also believe that it's one of our most important jobs as parents to help our children recognize and understand what's going on inside their bodies and their minds. Because once we're aware of what's going on the inside, then we can teach our kids, and we can even learn ourselves that you can influence those things. You can influence what's going on inside. This is the way we can help our kids distinguish between I feel and I am. It's the way we can teach ourselves to distinguish between I feel and I am. So feelings come and go. But our identity can be wrapped up in I am, and that can be fixed and unchangeable. So an example might be during the quarantine that we're under right now, I feel lonely. Okay, there's one statement. Here's the alternative to that. During this quarantine time right now, I am lonely. So I am lonely says that's who I am as a person. But when I said I feel lonely, feelings right now, this feeling of loneliness right now, I understand will go away. And I can do something. I can act in a way that can change that feeling. So this is an intervention that can help your children to start learning the inner landscape of what's going on in their bodies. It can help you too learn what's going on inside your body. So the acronym is SIFT, S-I-F-T. So if you've got a pen and a piece of paper handy, grab that and I'll explain a little bit. I'll kind of flesh this out a little bit for you, okay? So SIFT. Write that against the top. So S stands for sensations. Sensations are the physical body, the five senses. Okay. I, images. These are mental pictures or scenes. F, feelings. Are feelings mad, sad, glad, scared, proud, surprised? Thoughts. Thoughts, that's the narrative that we tell ourselves. Okay. So the intention behind this is to get your kids to understand that these are all separate things and that these things can be changeable and movable. Okay. So you can do this in a game like setting. You don't have to sit down at the table and be like, okay, we're going to talk today about sensations. You can just do this as you're playing with your children. And if you have older children, you can do this as you just talk to them. It doesn't have to be this particular, you don't have to pull out the sheet and say, now we're going to go over the sensations. It doesn't have to be that formal. It can literally just be as you're talking to them. I like to, especially when we're talking about with children, I like to say my own first to give them an example. So if I were talking, I have one child who's nonverbal, she's 1. And then I have another child who's 4.5. And so is something I would probably do through play with my 4.5-year-old. So if I were in the playroom playing with him, I might say something along the lines of, I feel sunshine coming through the window and it makes my body feel really warm. What does your body feel like right now? Most likely he would take my cue and say something like, my body feels warm too, Mama. And then I would build on what he's saying, and I would say, whenever you feel warm, what picture comes into your mind? What's something that you picture? I picture that day that we were sitting on the porch and it was really warm and the sunshine was beating down on our skins and it felt so nice and toasty and we were snuggling. He might say the same thing. Or he might say, I'm picturing when we got in the pool, kiddie pool. So then I would say, I'm feeling happy and excited for the next time that we could go outside. And he would say, I feel like I'm playing and having fun. And then I would ask him, so what are you thinking about right now? What kind of thoughts are you having? I'm thinking about how excited I am to call your grandma in a little bit. And he might say, I think we should do that right now. So I just led him through sensations, images, feelings, thoughts, all of those things without actually having to pull out the list and say, today, now we're going to do a SIFT exercise. I think at this point in his development, I could probably tell him what I was doing and teach him sensations, images, feelings, thoughts. I think I could probably teach that to him, and that way he could correct me or play along in some way if he wanted to. But I wanted to give you that. Here's, I'll let you see what I wrote down there so that you can write it yourself and keep this handy whenever you're dealing with your kids, whenever you're talking to your kids or playing with your kids. See if you can get them, see if you can navigate them through this just as an awareness piece. I think this is just about awareness, being aware of all the different parts of your body. All the way your body feels, the way your mind works, the way you're feeling and your thoughts. The sooner we can start increasing that awareness, the better we'll be able to help kids integrate all of those things. And again, learn that they are movable and changeable. So thanks for watching the video, and I hope it's really helpful. Please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay home.